There we go. Now we're live. Hello, everyone. Boy, it's been an adventurous day.
I think you've had more of an adventure than I have.
True. To let you all know, the wind chill this morning was 29 degrees, and we just had a tornado about 50 miles west of me. So I'm very confused right now. It shouldn't have happened, but it did. So, thank you to everyone who's been sticking around. Rapunzel, William, Louise, Sparrow, Brianna, everyone for just being like, yeah, we'll come on at 8. That works. Love you guys.
Are beautiful. We love you.
Oh, ignore my very sad just sliced meat that I might be munching on while you talk, Brandi. I haven't had anything more than a brownie today. I need to be a better human.
I'm gonna have to start worrying about you a little bit more than I already do.
Probably. Also, I just now realized, yes, this is my new setup. I have a brand new computer, so it won't overheat, and I don't have to stick it in the freezer. But it also gives you a wide view lens, so you can see Radar take his nightly bath. So just ignore him for now. He's just being Radar.
I mean, just being a cat.
Yes. Oh, and we will have talks about cats in Avatar. But first, we must hearken back to last week because
2 weeks ago.
Oh my gosh, it was 2 weeks ago. Hearkening all the way back, we have fan art. Rapunzel coming in clutch.
I mean,
oh my gosh.
It's beautiful.
It's fantastic.
I couldn't imagine it being much better.
Neither could I. So you have the cabbages, which, all right, Omashu, great. You got the back to Omashu. You got literally the colors. Oh my gosh, this was all freaked out when I saw this.
Is the DeLorean. I mean, we didn't even request that, but here it is.
Just the face of Boomy, just like, all right, 88 miles an hour.
Like you can hear him say, "Great Scott."
Literally. Also, I'm loving the energy right here. Heck yes. Let's go. Which also means I need to figure out how to navigate. There's my mouse that you guys
It's a lovely mouse.
Apparently see. We're just gonna come on, you can do it. You can do it, computer. I know I didn't set you up properly, but you can do it. Oh my gosh, this is gonna be a fun one, I can tell. There we go. What's up? Oh, everyone, good morning. Holy cow. Good evening, JJ, Alonzi, Rapunzel. And there's a picture of the episode, but we must first start with the traditional reading of the Netflix description and the much better Brandi description.
This week was a struggle for me. Like, I came
in
hot last week, the week before, and I was like, I could do this. And then this week I was like, I'm gonna take that humble pill.
It's a little bit harder than you thought.
I just kept thinking about it and judging it. But anyways, we digress.
True. So, for Imprisoned, this episode number 6 of book 1, it is Aang and the others find an Earth Kingdom mining town under the thumb of the Fire Nation, and Katara feels guilty when her actions lead to an arrest. Not the worst one we've had.
I feel like it's the best one that we've had so far.
Yeah, true. Yeah, out of all of them, I think maybe they had a substitute person come in and give the information for this one.
Perhaps, or this is just the one episode that they watched in its entirety.
Could be, which also, I can only imagine if this is the first episode they've fully watched, their questions about the opening scene with just rocks or nuts. That one gets me every time. But our Brandi version, care to take it away? Well, I text my mom because she's like, are you storm chasing?
Yes. Tell mother that you're alive, please.
I'm back. Yeah, I'm alive.
Send proof of life. Okay, so my version is Aang, Katara, and Sokka visit a village under Fire Nation occupation. After an unjust arrest, the gang tries to rescue a young Earthbender, while Katara tries to inspire the other Earthbenders who have lost the spirit to fight back.
See that? You still improved upon it.
Yeah, I felt it was a little wordy. I feel like I could rein it in a bit more.
Well, I think it was fantastic.
Whatever.
The worse the episode, the better the description. I am agreeing with Rapunzel. Brandi,
let's start a new fan theory, shall we?
We'll see if it plays out. We do have 3 seasons to go through, so this should be interesting. Also, William, welcome back there. After the Netflix one, all I can imagine is Ozai holding his thumb on the map and laughing maniacally. Yes! Grinds his thumb on the mining town. Oh, gosh. Well, honestly, when we look at this episode, it's very interesting tone-wise. I don't know. If it's just me being weird, which is definitely something that could happen. But it seemed like it was an Earth Kingdom, so you usually have the yellows, the greens, like we saw in Omashu. Mm-hmm. This one was much more orangey. So I'm wondering if thematically they wanted to make it so that it looked like Fire Nation territory, because it was.
Yeah, I mean, definitely could be getting into like color theory in film, which I'm always down to talk about. But yeah, no, I completely agree with you. I think right off, just like the color schemes of the episode, it's already kind of telling you just that little bit of information before you even fully understand what's going on in the village, is that Fire Nation is indeed here.
Definitely. And I keep hitting the mic. I'm so sorry if it keeps popping.
I can start popping mine, don't worry.
Did not mean to happen like that. There we go. But yes, so we open up. It's a nice, I'm guessing, early spring day. Sokka looks happy. He found rocks.
He found nuts, is what he found. Some oval-shaped nuts, some round nuts, some nuts that look like rocks but are probably just rocks.
This is the kind of humor that molded me into who I am. Oh, gosh. No, this, as an opening, also, I love the new stamp. Like, what, 16 years later? New.
Yeah, I wasn't picking up what you were laying down. I was like, wow.
Oh, yes. Right. Nickelodeon splat new.
I actually, speaking of new, I remember the show promo for this. So like next week on Avatar, I remember this one because in it starts off and it's like, does Momo have powers? And it's like Momo earthbending. So like all of that week, I just remember being a little kid and being like, does Momo have powers? Because this is still the beginning of the series. They're still doing a lot of world bending. And from what we've seen of the world, like, why can't Momo have powers?
I'm down for that. Appa can fly. Momo has to have some kind of power.
Exactly. So like I remember like watching the first couple of moments of this episode and like Momo like cracking the nut on the rock and like the earth shatters and I was like, oh my god,
Momo's an earthbender.
And I remember being a tad bit disappointed because, spoiler alert, Momo doesn't really have powers besides just being adorable.
True. Well, and you know what? That makes me think, if Radar has powers, he might have the power to be a little noisy. He never spends time in this corner of the room, and all of a sudden tonight he's just like, you know what, I'm just gonna hang out here, Mom.
And he's like, it's my new favorite spot.
I'm glad that you like it though. That's a plus. Oh yes, no, these observations, very, very keen eye. Poor Sokka has never had to forage before. Not many forests in the Southern Water Tribe. Good point.
Truth.
I mean, Momo is the greatest earthbender ever. He rivals Toph. You could probably start an online fight about that. But we get the whole Momo crashing nuts into the ground, and you think for a half a second, like, oh, I clicked on the wrong thing.
Exactly.
You think for half a second. Oh my gosh.
I was more like just believing it the entire episode that I first watched it. But you know what? I was like 9, 10. Oh,
well, sadly, reality does come crashing back, and we find out that it's just this teenage boy. Which Katara, restrain yourself. She's just like, ooh, hello.
Well, I think what's great is that like somebody's earthbending and they like come across it. And Sokka is like, okay, let's hang back. We don't really know who this guy is. And like Katara's just out there like, hey!
Hi! Like that is a me move, not a Katara move. My gosh, woman, hold it back. Oh my gosh.
I mean, I would totally be Sokka in this.
Yeah.
Like, I'm also the type of person that's like, if I'm going through a grocery store checkout, I'm like, okay, the cashier might be hostile. Just be prepared for anything. Hello, radar.
I don't know how well this is going to work out now because he can jump up on this desk. Oh, good heavens. This is not going to end well.
We're just here
to the journey. Oh, goodness. Oh, yes, sweetie. There we go. Just don't vomit on it and we'll be okay. So we were talking about Katara. And so, yeah, we find out. Well, first off, I noticed that her braid, I don't know if it's just me, is ridiculously long in this drawing. Like, I never thought it was down to her hips before.
Yeah, I guess.
I don't know. That bothered me. As someone with long hair, I was like, how, why? Who knows?
I mean, my sister has incredibly long hair. Like, like longer than Katara's. So
that's got to be hard to just like
I don't
maintain.
know how she does it. I don't know how she does it.
I don't know how Momo keeps such a luxurious coat either. Like
causing mischief. Maybe that's his superpower.
There we go. I agree with this. Well, all the men leave the tribe for the war. Very slim pickings. Quite true out there. Yeah. Also, I agree. I should get a lemur though. I feel like definitely could make it a little more fun.
I have a stuffed Appa and Momo.
Oh, there you go. Radar would try to kill him. Also, Troy, thank you so much for popping by and saying hi and hitting that thumbs up button because it helps us reach more people to join our cult.
Join the cult, folks.
You never noticed the braid before. It's usually something you spot. Oh, yeah. Very true. No, I don't know why. The first season is just kind of like, it's more the loops.
I can see that.
It's like you got the loops, you got Momo's ears, you got Sokka's ears.
Hey, whoa, don't be coming for my boy there. I think his ears are normal, but you know, who knows?
Yeah, I'll go with that. But we get this shot now of a non-Omashu Earth village, and it's not Kyoshi. It has walls, a main building, and some shops. I don't know why, but I really liked this establishing shot because it really shows like this is actual normal life.
And I feel like a lot of the smaller villages that they do visit, we don't get a whole lot of those. And so this really does do a lot of really great world bending.
I see what you did there. I've been up since 2 a.m.
No, I have no room to talk.
Okay? We do this for the fans.
I know, but it's gonna be a struggle ride. So hop on the bus with me and let's go. World building. And you can even see up in the corner, you can actually see the mine too. Which is very cool.
Let me reshare it. Ooh, yes. Yeah. Yes, you indeed can. Oh gosh. Hello, Momo. Oh, so that is such a cool detail I never noticed before.
Yeah. So right away, you know what this village main export is, you know how big it is, and you know that there's Earthbenders. I mean, what else do you need to know? I mean, I guess you kind of need to know that the Fire Nation is there, but
Also, apparently, they're in the middle of a drought. Their poor river is just it's a trickle.
Well, is that a river or is that like ruts in the road that they take, and so it had just rained and that's like the puddle of water?
I mean, that goes well with what I'm seeing outside right now. Speaking of which, let me just there we go. A little bit. I like the darkness. Also, let's not forget the weird cylinder that the hair loopies connect to. You could never figure out how that would stay up in a real world implication. I need to figure that out because I'm going to be doing a cosplay here of Katara. So, hint for anyone who follows my fandom forecasts: there will be an Avatar one. Not sure how it's going to work because they don't have television or the internet back then, but I'm going to make it work.
I mean, I think we need to brainstorm this. It's a gift. I wasn't expecting it. Yes!
This computer plays gifts. Yes. Oh my gosh. See, when I first watched it, I was like, oh, that's an interesting spot to put a freeze frame. Oh my gosh, it wasn't a freeze frame. They're just awkward.
Yeah, so like they go into this village and they see Haru, and Katara's like, hey, well, I just saw him out in the wilderness and he ran away from me. What else am I gonna do? I'm gonna go say hello.
I'm gonna chase him down.
Yeah. So then like they enter in the store and they're like, we saw you earthbending. And Haru's mom is like,
You saw him what?
And then they're like, quick, act natural. And this is their natural.
It's just, I mean, Sokka, sure. He's, this is a fine apple. Haru is a little cross-eyed, but okay.
I think Haru is thinking a little too deeply about this.
Katara's just like, whatever I have to do not to eat those nuts. You just have all these berries. And then there's, oh, poor Aang.
I mean, it's a great moment, though.
It really is. Oh my gosh. But yeah, I think this is a great way to be introduced to Haru's life. Just chaos. It must be just in the village. The Fire Nation can come in at any moment. At least Haru looks somewhat natural.
I mean, I think Haru has been dealing with this for like, what, the past 5 years? I would hope he knows how to act natural.
True. More normal. Reminds you of the dinner party scene from the It Crowd. I had a lot of people when I was looking up on Reddit and stuff, which, okay, sidetrack. I was trying to find a picture of, Momo smashing the nuts.
Sure.
Don't Google Momo smashing nuts.
I mean, I could have told you that. I mean, I
don't like Reddit. It's a brand new computer and I already had to clear the search history. Like, come on, man.
Yeah, so you need to work on like the way that you search for things.
I really do.
Yeah.
At least the quotes are easier. Like, I actually typed this out. I was like, they're crazy, Mom. I mean, look at how they're dressed. Like, to get this, like, whole scene, I was trying to pick out the things to pull, the gifts and everything. No one else seems to notice that they are in Water Tribe clothes, even when they imprison Katara for earthbending.
Yeah.
That always bugged me.
It bugged me too, rewatching this. But
didn't know that was a thing. Sorry. Just learned a life lesson there. I need to figure out where that button is. You could have saved me a whole. I mean, the thing
is,
like,
trying to get over you typing that in.
I mean, I also looked up Sokka nuts.
Oh God!
But
oh no, I don't like that.
Here's the thing: I didn't press enter. I typed it in. I thought humans, and then I went and deleted it, and so I went back to Momo. I am a very, very sheltered child, as I am now finding out.
I mean, I'm pretty sheltered too, but at the same time.
They're tagged. I must just be blind. I don't know how any of this works.
Okay,
But, you know,
that's fine. We're gonna have to do like how to use the internet safely. Like, yeah. But
that's gonna be a
anyways,
thing. But yes, scooting forward, we get into the fan fiction side of things.
not gonna be
yeah.
any better. It's not gonna be any better.
When you type in Katara and Haru trying to find a photo, also don't get the best things, although you get some phenomenally detailed fan art.
Well, there you go.
We will not be
The
showing
Katara
it.
and Haru ship was hard though.
It really, yeah.
And I don't really know why.
That's something I can't type in either.
No, don't. But I don't.
Oh, gosh. Continue. Just glad people enjoy it.
I mean, but I was just saying, like, I don't understand the ship, like, at all. Like, they were just together for, like, maybe a day or so. And I don't know. I
think it's because they're
understand.
the same height, roughly.
You think? They're like, oh, they're a good height
Yeah.
together. That just makes sense.
I think it does.
No. I don't think so.
But we get this. I think the main thing is from this walk, because you see them, they're like, all right, let's go out and let's just take a walk together.
Yeah.
And it ends up with them, you know, in this Fire Nation orangey sunset lighting. And I mean, he don't look too bad right now. Like he looks kind of okay. But I think this one shot is probably what most of the fandom is going off of. Also, hi Randy.
Hello. I suppose, and it is a really nice moment that they have. They're, you know, they've both kind of lost a parent to the war. Obviously, Katara's mother is dead. His father is in prison. And they kind of bond over it, and they bond over their bending.
I found out how to move between images. Okay, sorry.
Oh, I can't with you. Right
I can't with myself.
I think it's a little too late. Anyways. See, Brianna's right there with me. She didn't
agree.
get it either.
Yep. Yeah. I don't. Oh my gosh. Yeah, we'll get to the jet ship. We'll get there.
Yeah, we'll get to Jet. Don't worry. I can only imagine what Katie has to say about Jet.
I've started keeping a journal just for my thoughts.
I have so many notes on my phone that just make complete and utter nonsense. They're just like, this is why Kyoshi was wanted from the Fire Nation. Blah 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 blah.
Very nice.
It's just like, what if?
That sounded like a fish drowning.
It could be.
Blah, 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 blah. Sorry.
No.
It's been a weird day. Okay, what were we talking? We were talking about the ship.
We're talking about the ship. Why it makes sense. Yeah, I guess, but I'm not one for it. Mm-hmm. They obviously bond over their trauma, which I guess is fun or whatever. Who knows? Yeah, like it's a good moment, but I feel like it's a good friendship moment, you know?
Exactly. Not everything has to be a ship.
Exactly. Or it's just like, wow, like we're family now, bro. Like
yeah, exactly. Also, and then everything changed when Haru's mustache
attacked. I don't want to talk about Haru's mustache right now.
We will get to it. Oh, we will get to it. Oh my gosh.
I have made some Foley for some videos that I've made. Some of them are in actual clients' commercials, but you know,
really,
that's another story for another day.
I must find out about this. Also, I have to know, this old man, would you have saved him if you had the power? If you were in Haru's shoes, would you have saved him?
I want to say, like, yeah, I would have saved him. Or I don't know. It's hard. It's hard to be like, because it's just like, well, you know, if such and such happened, I would totally do this. And if such and like we all believe that we would be that good of a person, blah 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 blah. And Like, I believe that I would definitely help him out. And yeah, if earthbending is quote unquote pretty much illegal in the area and stuff like that, but like,
I
you still
think
gotta save him, I think. It's
exactly.
This is the Avatar's version of the trolley question, almost.
Yes. Well, it's like exposure bending or save a life. I hate to say it. Going back and watching it, I was like, all right, he's got the liver spots. I mean, the man probably has a broken back. Like, that's a lot of rocks. He lived a good life. The Fire Nation's only been there for 5 years. Like, he lived a decent life up until then. So I'm just saying, unless you're tough and you can like manipulate just a little bit of the rocks enough to move. Like, Haru just went and freaking fist pumped that thing. Like, dude.
Yeah, and I think that kind of leads to like how inexperienced he is with earthbending, because he can't be much older than Katara, who's 14. So then what? I mean, I would think Tyro, his dad, would have been one of the first to be taken. So that means at best Tyro has been away since Haru was like 9, give or take a couple of years.
Yeah.
So like, I don't think Haru
he probably just had brute force and that's it.
Yeah, like he didn't have the finesse. And plus, like, it's not like he could have practiced once the Fire Nation came too, because for those 5 years, he probably didn't really practice a whole lot. I think what something is interesting about Haru's earthbending is at the beginning, when they're outside of the village and the gang kind of comes up on him and they're trying to talk to him. When he runs away, he's actually in the air when he bends earth. And so he's like one of the very few earthbenders that we ever see bend earth without touching the ground. So I feel like that's really interesting. Cool. I think that it kind of shows the potential that Haru has, and even the way that he was able to move that much of an avalanche like away without causing more damage to the old dude. I think he has a good point. I think he has a lot of untapped potential, but he just lacks that finesse. Plus, he's Haru.
Now that you put it like that, Rapunzel, I don't think I could do that. I would probably have to save him.
To be honest, and Katie, I love you with all my heart. Like, you're one of my best friends. I can totally see you saying this.
Yeah.
Well, hope you had a good life, buddy, because it's over now.
My hands on my hips. Yeah, just like, you got yourself in a pickle there, bud. Oh, I'm just going to scoot right past you. Hope you have a nice life.
Rapunzel, you nailed it.
It's scary, but true. Oh my gosh. Fun fact, Katara's in real life mom voices Haru's mom.
Wow. I didn't know that. So cool.
Interesting.
Yes, it does make them brother and sister, not the ship at all. Like,
which we could use this dialogue to establish that. Oh, couple of besties. Oh, that is a cringy moment.
And that's how Haru got friend zoned, baby.
Wahoo. Also, apparently now it's not going to screen share, so we're just going to subtly go and click around until we can finally pull up this one, because apparently some of the screen grabs are in high definition.
What?
And it just happens to be this one. Like,
of course it's this one.
We can clearly see the wrinkles in the ear hair. Like, that man has ear hair. Okay. That is a detail they didn't need to add in, but they did.
Hey, but you know what? That's why we love the show, because they add those stupid little details.
Very true. But I got mad at this scene as a kid and as an adult. Like, snitches get ditches, especially when it's an earthbender and they can bury you in 2 seconds.
I know. Like this has got to be the most hated person in the entire fandom, right? Right? Can we all just agree on that?
I mean, at least Ozai has like spunk. Like this guy's just like flat out. He's a teenager.
I know, but like Ozai is like, oh yeah, like he's the villain. Like we're supposed to hate him. But like this guy's just true evil. Like Ozai could take a couple of notes here.
It's full 4 foot nothing. I believe yeah. It's 4 foot nothing. Just maybe you have a year left. Why are you going to condemn this young man to a life in prison?
I would say my theory is that the town actually has a bit of like a bounty out. So if you catch somebody earthbending and you report it, you probably get a little something on the side. That's like the only thing that I can. That's the only like that's just like. And even at that, it barely like justifies his actions. Like, come on, dude.
Yeah, like bruh, what you doing there? I don't know. I could not stand him as a kid. Cannot stand him now. And if it'll actually open up, I can show you how we redeem this, and we go, and Katara finally feels better about herself. She just goes straight to jail, and Momo becomes a god.
Yes.
I couldn't grab just one picture or GIF, just full on scene.
Yes, I'm here for it.
Oh my gosh, that lemur, he is earthbending.
I just really like that before this moment, they're like talking about how the plan's gonna go down. And Aang's just chilling. He's like, yeah. All fun and games. And Sokka's like, Katara is literally going to get arrested. And he's like, yeah, messing with Fire Nation. Like, what's more fun than that? What? Like, can we talk about Aang and like the full keen of chaos that he is?
Yes. Also, I think it goes to show like the dude's like, okay, maybe it's 5 dudes. I'm the Avatar. We could take care of it, guys. We're fine.
Yeah, like he's like, I ain't worried at all. Like maybe she does get in danger. Maybe I just like enter the Avatar state and like that's it. Like another Tuesday, y'all.
Just Avatar state. Yip. In and out. Oh my gosh! But yeah, Momo absolutely stole the scene for me, and partially stole the episode as well. Like, I really adored his character.
Yeah, but like also in this scene, we can't forget about like that amazing acting that Sokka and Katara accomplished.
Yeah. Out of my way, Pipsqueak.
Pipsqueak.
The fact
Do
that
herds of elephants use them for shade?
Seriously, back off. Oh my gosh.
I think it's another one of those like great like little sibling moments that the two of them have.
Yeah. Yeah, those Fire Nation soldiers, there's a reason they're guarding a small village that couldn't possibly rise up. I think they're at the bottom of the list.
Yeah, I think that this is also just like a bit of how cartoons kind of fall into the stereotype of like making the adults a little bit dumb. I think that this is like kind of the equivalent of it. Like, oh, like let's make the Fire Nation who's winning the war at the moment, but like their foot soldiers are like the dumbest people around.
For real though, yes.
And also, like, who's to say that they didn't see Tara's water tribe gear and was like, well, she's a waterbender. Why would she be earthbending? And so them going to the lemur makes sense.
She's just cosplaying, okay?
Exactly.
No, I guess, he would be the next logical step. Also, I completely agree with Rapunzel. I think Katara has a lot of pent-up rage that we see just leaked out throughout the series in the form of comedy. Also,
for sure.
Hi, Nerdy Viking 1. Oh, gosh. I absolutely... as people who have both have siblings, how relatable was that fight scene?
I have a long list of insults that I can just diverge to my siblings at a drop of the hat.
My brother has one in particular, and it dates back to Christmas in the 2000s, where I was in charge of hanging up the stocking holders on the mantle, and they spelled out Noel, N-O-L-E, is what I thought I was spelling, instead of N-O-E-L. So I spelled Noel, and every Christmas, on a ski hill even, he just skis past me going full speed, just goes, Noel. I'm like, It's been over 15 years.
Hey.
And I'm still not living it down.
You know what? I have one of those moments too. My older sister will not let this die. It was, I was singing along to a song. I had headphones in, and was apparently very tone deaf at the time. And I was just like, ugh! And so whenever the song comes on the radio or she hears it, she could even just text me the name of the band or the song, and she'll be like, and I'll be like, like,
it's so funny.
Like, oh, you're so funny. Why don't you become a comedian?
Oh my gosh.
So again, gotta love the siblings.
Yep. See, everyone here relatable.
Exactly.
You know,
so the sibling moment, another one of the greatest.
You know, one person that you can't relate to, probably, this jerk.
I love the warden. One, I think he's fantastic. Like, I honestly wish the character, yes, the way he's portrayed, the voice acting, yeah. And I just love how over the top he is. Yes. Like,
oh my gosh,
perfect casting.
Before I went to rewatch it, I forgot. I don't know the actors and the voice actors. I've forgotten what they sound like a lot. And so it just, you will not escape this Fire Nation barge, or whatever he says. You cannot escape. I'm like, holy crap, that's Sulu. And so instant Google search, and turns out the man, I almost flipped my turkey on the ground. The man is just a really good voice actor as well.
He is. He's voiced a couple of other things and a couple of other shows that I've had, and every single time that I've watched it, I'm just like perfect.
He's like,
he should do more, honestly.
He's so emphatic and just, yes. I love it.
His voice.
It is a power pose. A warden calling her little girl. Little girl. Like, oh my gosh, I saw him at freaking C2E2 back in 2020, literally the day before we shut down. I should have had him sign a picture of him. Now I know what I'm going to do at the next convention when they start back. I'm going to go to and just be like, okay, can you just say little girl and like just sign that just for no reason.
Random request. Love you, by the way.
Star Trek Las Vegas. And it'll just be like, ooh, you brought your own photo. Oh, the hell is that?
But no, I really love the character of the warden. I think he's fantastic. And I think he's like just the right amount of like crazy.
Yes.
And still pretty intimidating. Like I don't know. I just really love this character, and I wish that like he could have came back somehow, or we just like had like a little moment with him, because honestly, I needed more. This wasn't enough.
That goes back to a fan theory that I have. I didn't see that if it was online or not, but I have this theory that they actually just let him drown.
You think?
At the end of the episode, I think they might have just let him drown.
I don't know.
Maybe he would have drowned the other soldiers by like trying to climb on top of him. Like, no, you must save me. Now I have to. There's another thing to add to the list of what to ask the creators if/when we meet them. Did you kill off George Takei?
We gotta know, dude.
Oh my gosh. Well, and I completely agree. J.K. Simmons,
yes,
definitely.
I was just thinking about J.K. Simmons today.
You just randomly think about him?
No. Okay, so like, what's the new show that he's on Amazon Prime? It's like some superhero thing. I don't know the name of it because I haven't watched it yet. But like, my Facebook is just filled with it, and they're just like J.K. Simmons. I'm like, man, that another great voice actor.
Oh my gosh, I think he did Ford. I can't say anymore. Gravity Falls. Go watch it. Phenomenal. Oh my gosh. Have you seen Gravity Falls?
No.
it has the familial impact that Avatar had on me, but like goofier and no genocide. But
Oh well, I mean, seems like all good things.
well, we also have an FYI here: bison and buffalo, because it does come up in the episode. Very different. No humps. You have horns. You got the hair versus the long and short. Very important to know. Thank you, Rapunzel.
Yeah, and
I actually did not know that.
No, and I love that. Like, well, which one was it? It was a bison or a buffalo?
Buffalo.
I'm not really sure what the point is or what the difference is. Just flips him overboard. Just like, well, then get out of my face until you realize it, dude.
You just
like,
see how
the captain. That
was the captain.
Like those like little moments with the Fire Nation, you're kind of like, how in the world are they conquering this whole
bumbling idiots?
Yeah, like you guys are just a bunch of bumbling idiots.
Bumbling idiots who apparently can keep a bunch of Earthbenders suppressed, because this genuinely shocked me. For some reason, as a kid, I just thought, the sea floor isn't that far below, right? Arrogantly. Y'all can just dredge stuff up, right? No. But so we get to finally meet Haru's dad. Gotta be honest. Yes. Oh, Tyro.
Yeah.
He was another one of those voices where I just went, I know you. Did you have that effect? Or did he have that effect on you?
It was another one where like, man, you got a nice voice. Like, if you have a nice voice, I'm going to be like, just read the phone book to me.
Yeah.
Go.
Yes. He's calming.
Exactly.
Well, for anyone who's wondering, he is voiced by Kevin Michael Richardson, who also voiced the lion turtle in the Sozin's Comet episodes.
I think I did know that. Somewhere deep in my mind, I think I did know that.
He voices the big bad hippo in the Blind Bandit episode. He also, getting outside of Avatar, voiced Skulker in Danny Phantom.
I haven't watched Danny Phantom in so long.
But you have seen it, though.
I have seen it.
Okay.
Before Avatar, like, that was my jam, dude.
Okay, good.
That was my jam. I gotta rewatch it.
Oh, William, as always, Max World Entertainment is live. Gotta go roll. Thank you for popping in, William, LLAP. Whoop. And also, he also voices Captain Gantu in Lilo and Stitch. And apparently Cleveland Brown Jr. in the Cleveland Show.
I didn't realize Gantu, but now I hear it. Now,
Yeah. I could not unhear it after I found that out.
Like, I might just have to go watch Lilo and Stitch after this.
Oh my gosh, yes. But he has a soothing voice, and I instantly was like, you know what? If someone had a nice voice and I was on a prison ship, I'd probably gravitate to them as the leader. Like, wouldn't be based on muscle or prowess. Just, you soothe me. Just instantly attach. I'd be the weirdo. Oh my gosh. But I love the details that they put in from the beginning. Katara has blue eyes. She's a waterbender. Tyro has green eyes. He's an earthbender. Mm-hmm. It's one of those simple things that you don't think about all that often, but really are nice details.
Yeah. So like, I think everybody from the Earth Kingdom basically has green eyes. Water Tribe, blue. I can't name the nations because I'm dying over here. Fire
Air,
Nation,
water, earth, fire.
Fire is like brown to like hazel, golden, which have you, and then like air is gray. So
true, yes. So a lot of sad green eyes in this picture.
Yeah.
My gosh, this is dark for a kids show.
I mean, basically the third episode dealt with like air genocide. So I mean, this is terrible. But like where they are is they're in a prison or on a prison in the middle of the sea. There's no earth. It's completely made of metal. Yeah. And these are like all the earthbenders from the village and probably surrounding villages, I would assume.
Probably, yeah.
some of them have been there probably close to 5 years, maybe shorter than that.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, so like they've been taken away from their element, taken away from their families. Like they are some broken individuals, and I'm really sad about it.
Well, and one thing that I also found out while researching the episode was how it does do parallels to what happened to Japanese and Korean and Asian, basically Americans, during the Korean War and during World War II, and how they were mistreated.
You're absolutely right.
And so someone said,
thought of that.
this is basically what George Takei's family went through. They did nothing wrong. They were taken away from their what they had, and for no good reason at all, they put them in this. And that sort of thinking blew my mind. And I want to ask him if he thought of that when he was reading through the episode.
I would have, I don't know. Like I would imagine that he would have. Because like I actually did a school project on the internment camps.
Really?
College. Yeah, and I remember reading about they were talking about famous people who had been in the camps, and his name came up, and I would imagine that he would, and maybe that was why either the creators picked him to voice it, or why he wanted to voice it. I mean, who knows?
Yeah.
Now I just want to
we'll find out.
Talk to him.
I did talk to him, and I wasted a question.
Gosh darn it, Katie!
He was sassy too. I asked him, I was like, I'm terrible at memorizing lines, but I want to go into acting. Do you have any tips or tricks? And he goes, well, you can't really be an actor unless you know how to memorize lines. I'm like, sir.
Thank you for your time.
Yeah, thank you very much. Goodbye. Walks away in shame. Oh my gosh. Also, can we talk about too young to remember Danny Phantom? Too old for it? Oh, no. You never too young or too old. You can always go back.
Let's get into it.
Yes.
Next podcast, Danny Phantom, baby.
Oh my gosh. I had such a crush on him. Reach behind and try not to rip out my head. There we go. Gonna catch him all because he's Danny Phantom. I have this. I have so many Danny Phantom things. You have no idea. But yes, I will have to do one. Oh, apparently George Takei did a TED Talk about the camps. So if anyone wants to find that out, do a Google search and listen more. I'm sure it's definitely interesting, for sure.
And I think it's very sad.
Very, very sad.
I didn't enjoy that project.
Oh my gosh, I bet not.
I was like, this is terrible, guys.
Yeah. Well, the fact that they are taking a real life situation and putting it in the envelope of a kid's show is impressive.
Yeah.
But we also, oh my gosh, I think I just drew on the next picture. Oh well, there's going to be a red dot on Katara, just warning you now.
Exciting.
So we get the whole, was it a bison or a buffalo scene? And Aang and Sokka come back to help. And I couldn't find, for the life of me, something with a higher resolution than 350 pixels. So we just have to skip ahead.
The red dot.
I don't know how to get rid of it, okay?
It's okay. It's all right. We're just going to accept it. But before we even get into this moment, if we want to go back to that other picture.
Yes.
This other picture is... So Katara has been here for maybe 5 whole minutes. She's listened to the warden's spiel of this place you can't escape from. There is no hope. There is no earth. You might as well just get over it. And so this is, I guess, the courtyard area. Maybe this is just where maybe there are no cells because they talk about needing blankets.
These are their huts. Back here.
Oh,
I never noticed it before.
Detail. Yeah. Yes. So this is a courtyard area. Everybody's kind of gathered around. She pretty much instantly finds Haru. He's like, what are you doing here? She's like,
Katara?
I came for you, buddy. And
besties for life.
Pretty much hey. And she talks to his dad real fast. And she's like, why don't you fight back? Why don't you get out of this? What is stopping you? And she basically sees how hopeless they are. And so in front of everybody, and even the warden, because he's like up on the catwalk listening to it, she spills like this. It's a pretty good speech, I would say, of how like water tribe kids are put to sleep with stories of brave earthbenders, and how she always imagined them to be these great fighters, and how they shouldn't give up now, and how they should take, life back and fight back for their freedom, and that they can win if they just all fight together. And like the warden is up on the catwalk, and one of the guards is like, should we do something about it? And the warden's like, no, like he isn't worried at all, because he knows that one little girl isn't going to inspire them to do nothing.
He knows that they're broken people.
Yeah, so like he's like, go have your little speech. I think he takes a very like cocky stance on it, because he's just like, nothing, I'm not worried. Let's go about it. And and it doesn't work. She gets done with her speech. Everybody looks at her for like a couple of blinks, and they turn back to whatever they were doing, because they're like, it is pointless. Like there's no way for them to fight back. And this is such a quick scene, and it's so powerful, and it already shows Guitar's character so well. And it's another
she'll always have hope. Oh no, there we go.
So I think it's a really great scene.
I enjoyed this speech as well, but mostly because of the warden's reaction. It's just like, strut, 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 strut.
Again, warden, it's a pretty great character.
Oh my god,
see more of him.
Maybe we could do a spin-off.
Maybe.
Also, Radar's slowly attacking everything in this room.
Back to our red dot.
Fighting with everyone now. Yes, so poor quality, reason we don't have the picture, but y'all know the episode. Aang goes down, gets black lung, and ejects all of this coal up onto the deck so that the Earthbenders can fight.
Mortal Kombat has begun.
Also, I love that Tyro's the only one with a bushy beard. Like, you have to have an identifying factor. Beard.
Hey, and maybe that's like, the reason why Haru grows the frickin' mustache.
Father's footsteps. I think the reason some people don't like this episode is because of that one shared nightmare we all had that one time where it took 6 grown Earthbenders to move some pebbles.
Yeah, I was trying not to talk about the movie. The movie,
but you kind of have to.
No, the movie does such an injustice to this episode.
Mm-hmm.
Is it a filler episode? Yes. Is it still important? Yes.
Oh
and the
my
movie
gosh,
does such terrible. Like, it makes me so upset.
You really did do a 1-to-1 reenactment of this scene. There is no movie in Ba Sing Se.
Exactly. What movie? What are we talking about? Who are we?
Oh my gosh.
What are we doing?
See, and the thing that got me with this scene is they're still so hesitant. You're literally handed a weapon, and you're like, okay, yeah, you can go and liberate yourself. And they don't.
Katara goes on like another a little mini speech of like,
this is yours. Take it.
Yeah. She's like, here, do something with it. And and they're just like, YOLO. Like,
yeah. You see that brief glimmer of hope from Haru, who's like, okay, I've only been here like maybe a day.
Yeah.
I could go screw some people up.
So like, and then like there's like firebenders behind her. The warden is right there, and I think I can't really remember what he says, but I mean he says something like, they're not going to do it, and he like starts to walk away, and it's Haru that chucks the first rock basically right at his head. And then like,
that was good aim.
It was. And then like I think something that's possibly the only cool thing Haru does is like he like juggles those 3 like with one
Yes.
hand.
Oh, we have this.
Oh
Let me,
yes.
because
Yes.
it's easily my favorite picture from the episode. It's low resolution because
That's
2005, but my gosh. Oh,
Yes.
yeah, okay.
So all these other Earthbenders, they're kind of like, oh wait, what? They're like, oh, and like him juggling those 3 rocks one-handed, I feel like is the equivalent of Zuko's fire daggers.
Yes, just
Yeah, like you done did mess up.
uh-huh. So, you kids like throwing rocks?
Yes.
Oh my gosh. No, I'm just that it's so true. Like those are the spitballs of the Earth Kingdom. You pick up a
Yes.
pebble and just oh my gosh, could you imagine being an Earthbender or an Earth Nation teacher?
No,
Oh
I
my
do not.
gosh.
Love to be an Earthbender, don't want to be a teacher. No.
Yeah. Oh my gosh, no way. But we get to see such an inspirational moment. Apparently, like like I said, only man to have a white beard. Everyone else is gone gray. He's just pure Santa Claus.
I mean,
But
I'm here for it. I like it.
to be to be such a young person in front of all these experienced, probably master benders, and just being like, screw it.
Well,
I,
I think
I like that.
Haru. I mean, yeah, I think that's also a really cool point. But I think the reason why Haru throws the rock to begin with is because he's only spent a day there. Like he's still young. He is still holding on to hope. Whereas Tyro at the beginning of in the middle of the episode is like, we're just gonna hope that most of us outlive this war. Like that is where they're at. Whereas Haru is like, no, we shouldn't just outlive the war. We should do something. And he really latches on to Katara. And I think it's because, again, they shared that trauma and they're best buds.
Exactly. No, I think the reason I don't like Haru, I mean, he's an okay character. He eventually fights back. He's going to be a strong Earthbender. It was because of that threat for her and Aang to be broken up by this dude. I'm like, no, you went penguin sliding with Aang. You're committed. Then Jet rolls around and like I just don't like other guys getting on Aang's turf. I'm protective like that.
Okay, that's fine. But like again, like to me, like he was never really a threat. Yes, his spirit was not broken yet, Bree.
Yeah, you see it in the eyes. Those vicious green eyes.
Mm-hmm. Yep. He's thinking, I'm gonna grow a mustache after this.
Yeah, he's like, that scowl looks nice. How about we expand it and put it all the way around my face?
But yeah, no.
Oh man,
I think Haru is kind of like a middle of the road secondary character for me. Like I don't hate him. I don't love him. Like he's just middle of the road for me, and that's fine. Not every character is going to be the greatest. I actually kind of think I like Tyro better than Haru, but that's fine.
Yeah, fair. He definitely has that je ne sais quoi.
It could just be the voice again. We've already established I'm a sucker for a good voice.
Agreed. But so he's inspiring the Earthbenders, and they all decide, let's fight. And in the true gang way, I think this is probably the only way that they would have been able to contribute is by hucking rocks.
Yeah.
Like, so, you can see the look on Katara's face, like, you really gonna shove that all in there, Sokka? You're gonna kill somebody. And he's just like,
just get this over with. Sokka wanted to leave last night. Like, he's like, we have been here too long. We got to go.
Oh my gosh. But you have all this awesome badass bending going on, and then there's just Sokka with a lump of coal, just like, yeet.
Yeah.
Well, I thought that was great.
And I think this is a really good fight scene. I really like the way that the warden firebends, because it's so angular. Like he's like going around in a circle, just like shooting out fire, and I think the way that he does it it's just like so fascinating. Like I wish we had a GIF of it.
Oh yeah.
I would just watch it for hours.
I wish. Oh my gosh. It's surprising. Someone needs to go through and do high res versions of every scene and just do like picture by picture, frame by frame. Just have those all available somewhere. Now, this is also a good part. Point out, Katara still has her necklace on here. You can clearly still see it.
This is like the last scene before they're on the ships or on Appo, like leaving the prison. And yeah, I don't know. I feel like I don't know. It is. I don't know if it's a mistake. I don't know if they were like, hey, you know what? At the end, you know what she should like do, because like she bonded with Haru over like her mother's. What if she like lost it? And they're like, that's a great idea. Let's just. But they already had like 95% of the episode animated, and it was crunch time, and they were like, let's just slip it in there.
The battle's over. We get she still has it on even when the battle's over. When she's walking to the ship, it just Also, yes, the mini tornado, one of my favorite bending moves. Now I see there's a question here. Since we're back on ships, literally and figuratively, because they are on a ship, I also don't get the Katara and Zuko ship. Like Homegirl straight up hated Zuko for most of the series. I don't get that ship either.
Yeah, I don't get the Zuko Katara ship at all.
I can see them being friends and like resolving their differences, but yeah, just to hate each other and immediately fall wildly in love. Well, like I'm so glad they ripped that rug out in Ba Sing Se.
And I could be 100% wrong, but I feel like even as they were making the series, even the creators weren't 100% sure, or maybe they were 100% sure. I don't know. I have to listen to a couple of more interviews. But like the show is not about like, yeah, it's about relationships, but it's not like Katara and Aang were like madly in love the entire series. Like
exactly.
There was still these moments where she was like, you're just another brother to me. Like I feel like Katara is the master of friend zoning people. And that's fine. That's great. We're here for it. We love a queen.
Yeah. Yeah.
But like, I've like as many times as I've rewatched the series growing up and now, I'm still not a big like I ship these people. Besides Sokka and Suki, I ship them hard, guys. That's really the only two that
they're meant to be. The non-benders. Also, Zuko and May works pretty well for me.
Yeah, that's fine.
I like them. They're goth.
That's good. Yeah. Their negative energy deserve each other. Like
exactly. And speaking of negative energy, there's a transition for you. We finally get off the ship. Everyone's headed home. Everything's great. And then, oh crap, my necklace is gone. Dun, dun, dun. And it's
I think this is another like a great storytelling moment because let's see, before this we had Omashu and then it was Kyoshi. Both, especially Omashu, and even this episode, they don't have a B story. Like we have not seen Zuko whatsoever. Excuse me. Probably in like weeks in terms of like actual like how time is going on in the show. And like this is just like such a subtle and quick moment to be like, yeah, guys, he's still here and he's pretty close.
And here's a very interesting fun fact because, oh, there goes the turkey. Raider's going to have a snack.
Hey.
Have all the notes.
Nice.
For the first, this is the only episode in the entire series where Zuko appears but does not speak. He just looks into the distance angrily. That bushy mane of his. Also,
ponytail goals.
Yeah, true. This episode is the first in which all four elements were bent outside of the opening title sequence.
Oh.
Because you have Katara with the water, the fountain. You got Aang with the coal, fire, of course, and earth.
Nice. That's neat.
Want to know my last random fact?
Yes, I'm ready. Blow my mind.
This is one of only 2 episodes with a one-word title. Can you guess the other one?
No.
It's a character that I hate.
Is it Jet? Oh
Bingo.
yeah, it's Jet.
Yep, it's Jet. So everything else, they make it a little more of an effort. But I think Imprisoned is a pretty good title for this episode. The way it starts, the way it ends, really well crafted filler story.
Yeah, I think it's a solid episode. With a not so solid secondary character that everybody either loves or hates. That's fine.
There you go.
That's cool.
Yeah, exactly. And apparently some people very strangely ship a lot on Reddit. Oh my gosh.
A strange and wonderful place.
It truly is. Katara and Aang's love slowly grows and develops over time. It has a stronger foundation. That's why I liked it, I think. It's because it was realistic. They wasn't just one of those summer flings before Sozin's Comet. Like, no.
Yeah.
They actually, they were friends before they were best friends, and then they were family, so... And also, Zuko and Mei are another pair I support along with Suki and Sokka. I'm seeing a trend with our cult fans. I think we all knew Katara and Aang were going to end up together. We didn't need to root for it. I don't know. I got nervous a couple of times.
Did you?
Yeah, because it was Zuko. I mean, that's a...
I can see when they're like in Boston, say, in like the catacombs, and they're having that moment, and she's like, thinking about like healing a scar. Yeah, I could see it. I think I even remember one of my siblings being like, I mean, I ship them. And I'm like, what are you doing? I'm like, no, stop it. But again, I was like 10. Who cares about that when you're 10?
Exactly. You don't question it. You just, you do it. It's you enjoy the ships that you create, and you don't even know that ships are terms. So
there you go.
Also, world building question. Could Earthbenders make their own money? They would just need the right type of ore. I mean, technically humans have paper and printers. I think it probably is just an official thing, but...
I can definitely see them like making like gems, so like diamonds.
Yeah, my gosh. Could you imagine Earthbending jeweler?
Yeah, like I can see that, and I feel like, you know, if you can do that, you're basically just printing money. So yeah, I think they could.
True. You just, oh, hey, let's do some gold mining here. Yeet! You just lift up the entire surface, shake it out. All right, grab them. I got it.
Plus, like, they would be able to tell like where the veins are and what's real or not. So
yeah. That's a good point too, Rapunzel. You could just make a bunch of coins. I don't know if the Fire Nation would even know the difference as long as they're made out of metal. So, yeah. How could the Earth Kingdom control inflation? The Earthbenders would go all James, I'm rich. I have probably limited research. I don't know. Could you imagine figuring out the socioeconomic development of the Avatar universe?
I feel like either like Matt Pat or somebody in the YouTube world has already done this.
Probably.
And if not, Matt Pat, where you at?
Join. Oh my gosh. Someone goes far enough to make their whole social media accounts. Yeah.
I mean, man. I wasn't old enough to make my own social media account either.
Oh, but that is all the screen grabs we have for this episode. Do we have any fan theories?
So, like, fan theories were kind of hard this week. But I do have one.
Oh, do tell.
I don't know if it's like some people were saying that was confirmed. I don't think it is, because in the episode, Haru's mom says that the Fire Nation has only been there for 5 years. But in the opening sequence, when the camera is panning in, because like you see the 4 nations and then it pans in, it pans into the location of where this village is. So the fan theory is that this is actually the spot that the Fire Nation first attacked the Earth Kingdom and kind of launched their attack from there out. And so I was like, oh, that makes sense. So then, like, in my head, I was like, okay, so this actually makes a lot of sense, like why the prison is so close. They built it almost like right away to control the Earth Kingdoms, and it makes sense why they want the mine because of coal. for their navy and stuff like that. So I'm like, okay, so like Haru has literally just been born into this Fire Nation occupation, and they've been here for 100 years. And then I was rewatching the episode, and Haru's mom was like, "Oh yeah, they've been here for 5 years," and I'm like, I don't know.
Wait a second. Maybe they like decided to advance the front beyond there, and it was just like to the point where it was too costly.
Themselves, and it took a while to get the mine back. I don't know.
Something, yeah.
But the fan theory is that Haru's village is where the Fire Nation first attacked the Earth Kingdom.
I like that.
Yeah, and it's hidden right there in the opening sequence. We've seen it like 60 times, and nobody ever thought of it.
Interest. I accept that fan theory. That would be cool. There's a way to work it in. Yeah, don't even want to figure out the real world economics. Putting off typing a mini essay for econ, just watch this. Well, thank you. Irresponsible, but thank you.
I hope the grade don't suffer.
There, yeah. Oh my gosh. Yeah, you know.
And then another. I don't want to call it a fan theory, but it's just something that I had realized. Haru and Katara's character mirror each other. Like so much. Because I kind of got into it, but Haru's dad was taken away. Haru is afraid to bend. He's like possibly the last Earthbender in his village currently. Katara, last waterbender of her tribe. Her mom was killed. Her dad is off fighting in the war. And Haru is kind of this, I'm going to say overly sensitive. You can come at me if you want. But he's
gentle.
He's gentle. He's oversensitive, you know, and he's scared. And this, the way that he acts is how Katara should act. Not because she's a girl, but because of the way that
the damage.
Yeah, like the hand that life has dealt her. She should be scared to waterbend because she's afraid that the Fire Nation might come for her. She should be upset, not saying that she isn't, but she should be upset about her parents and, you know, blah 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 blah. And so I think the reason why this episode is so effective and why Haru's character is the way that it is to reflect Katara's character and help her grow. So she recognizes that Haru has been through these similar life experiences, and it just almost fuels her more to fight it and to be hopeful that life can get better, and does some really great character development for Katara, which up until this point we've really only seen for Aang. Like this is really the first moment that we really see Katara and even Sokka having some really great moments. Like we have some great Sokka moments of like his scheming and stuff like that.
And it's the girl, you idiot.
Yeah. So that's another reason why not to sleep on Haru's character, because they're best friends.
Exactly, and that is why they would not have worked out as a ship.
Exactly. It makes no sense. Internet, please stop it.
See, I was with the soft boy hair puppy dog guys. Great. Saw the mustache. Completely like, nope, we're not getting it. But I actually have a fan art piece for what you just touched on. A person by the name of Daily Toff on Instagram. You can find them there. Created this piece. And I think it does show, you know, they both have that pained past. They're both holding on to something that's from their parents. And they're both searching. And I'm like, you know what? This is a very encapsulating art piece.
It is. Yeah.
And they drew trees really well. I can't draw trees for anyone who's wondering. Bob Ross, I failed you.
I can barely make a stick for person, so
yay! Okay, I'm not alone then.
That's a reason why I deal with cameras.
If you think that last one was interesting, check out that one. Someone really likes Haru, and
I feel like they also just really went for the anime, and I'm here for it.
Very. This is Roy the Art on Instagram as well. Always giving that credit to him. And yeah, the shading, the anime, the angles.
The hair.
Oh my gosh, yes, without the mustache. I liked this piece just because it has a very Asian culture vibe to it, and apparently I'm a weeb now. For any that's like a Westerner who appreciates anime. Okay. I guess I don't know. Someone called me a weeb. I looked it up to make sure it wasn't something bad, and I found out that I was ready to throw down.
Was this before or after the nut fiasco?
This was before the nut fiasco. This was at work.
So your faith in the internet was not yet crushed. Got it.
Precisely. So, but yeah, apparently as a weeb, I'm a Westerner who appreciates the Eastern art. And this picture just called to me, and I realized I would never be able to do this. The trees look like Bob Ross trees. They did. They were the happy little trees. Happy little trees. I agree. Very gorgeous. But those are the two pieces of fan art I have. Did you have any other fan fictions or fan theories that you wanted to talk about? I didn't find any fan fictions, though. I'm just going to point that out. I've not been looking.
And it was really ridiculous. It's this idea that Katara doesn't know how to open up doors. So, like,
I'm sorry, what?
At the beginning of the episode, Katara walks into the store and she opens up a door. She opens up the door to the shop. Okay. And the idea is that she shouldn't know how to work a door, like a doorknob, or like how the door opens on the hinge.
Oh my gosh.
Because in the Water Tribe, they don't have doors. And
no,
all the doors,
they just have...
Yeah. But all the doors on the ship, on like the shipwrecked Fire Navy, they're all open. So they didn't open them. The air temper doesn't have any doors. The only door that it has to be opened through airbending. Kyoshi Island, there's no doors. They just have like roll-up flaps. Omashu, again, probably some doors, but like she didn't really interact with them because they were like in prison. Like Omashu was like this whole thing. So Katara shouldn't have been able to open that door.
You're blowing my mind.
It's so ridiculous. I love it so much.
I agree. This is a sound theory.
I know. I think it's a TikTok. If you can find it, that's how I found it.
Oh my gosh. I'm going to have to find that. Yes, Rapunzel. Yes. What on earth? Okay. So another question to ask the creators. How does Katara know how to open doors?
Exactly.
I'm gonna make this a special page in my little creation book thing of things to ask the creators. And we're just gonna, for when we, maybe pitch them to come on to the show.
Or when I get a job at Avatar Studios.
Yes. All right, we got questions to ask the creators.
I don't know how I'm gonna get a job
Katara
at an studio if I don't know how to draw.
Just walk up and beg.
Maybe I can maybe I can become a writer.
There you go.
I don't know. My writing isn't as good either.
Well, I know the Legend of Genji. If you follow them on, do you follow them on Facebook?
I cannot wait for it to come out.
They are actually looking for 2 new writers. So if you want your foot in the door of the Avatar universe, Legend of Genji. I think I'm saying that right. They're looking for 2 writers. And they especially want ones from what was it? Minority and LGBTQ groups, because they have some interesting character development that I won't spoil. If anyone else wants to look for it, you can dig for it.
I don't know. Maybe I will. I don't know. Like, I'm a videographer. Like, that's what I am. That's what I do. I'm an editor. That's what I am. That's what I do.
You could work on the M. Night Shyamalan sequel.
I kid you not. I did, as a kid, I did have this thought of, I am going to go into the film industry and I'm going to remake the live action Avatar, and that's going to be my, like, that is the life goal. Yes, we were coming home after watching it, It had been a couple of weeks after, and I looked at my older sister and I was like, you know what? This is what I'm gonna do.
Yes.
And I was like, this is what I'm gonna do. And like over the years, I have been thinking about rewriting the script, and I just have never sat down to do it yet. Maybe I should.
Do it.
Maybe I should.
And you can also pursue that gopher job. Just run around, all for the animators, help them out. I think that could work.
I guess.
Although running.
I think Gingy is just a fan.
Yep, non-canon. Although they've really thought it through. I'm impressed. Like they figured out how everyone dies from the Legend of Korra, and I'm like, well, dang, you really had to do them like that.
Yeah, they really did. I mean, it's necessary.
It is, but I don't like it. Oh my goodness. Well, I think that's it. It's 8:30. Yeah, my time.
Time for you to go to bed.
Same for you. You get up relatively early. I just happen to live the graveyard shift and hate it. No, I love it.
Yeah, but like I also don't have to be on camera in the morning. Like I can just roll out of bed.
Ugh.
I do have a shoot tomorrow, so I guess there's that. I do have to be presentable for the clients. But
options.
Still. I've seen them before. They know me. It's fine.
There we go. Oh my gosh, you girls need to get some sleep. Completely agreed. It has been a delight, Brandi, as always. Thank you for bringing all the marvelous fan theories.
Yeah, they were kind of me.
They were incredible. The doors is enough.
I guess.
Oh my gosh. Another tangent just found out Zahir's voice actor looks just like Zahir.
Yeah, I think I knew that. What are you doing Googling Zahir? We weren't even talking about it.
Just like Zahir, I guess. Aw, thank you, Rapunzel and Brianna. And I think we had who all? Louise X Sparrow. We had, for a moment there, we had Troy. We had JJ. William stopped by for the first bit.
Peeps.
My gosh, we even had Randy. The Canadian flag Randy. Like, thank you all so much for being here, for putting up with the delay. How funny was this? We'll aim for 6:30. That didn't happen.
Those were hopeful goals.
Very hopeful.
That's okay.
Oh my goodness. But yes. Oh, I came across Instagram. Okay, we'll take that. Okay, and see you next week. I'm down. Are you down?
Next week is the winter solstice, guys.
It's gonna be so good. Can you tell that that's one of her favorite episodes? Oh,
my favorite episode. This is 100% my favorite episode.
Oh my gosh. Oh, also, did you catch the tornado? No, it did lift before I got to it. So good for the people, bad for me. But oh well, it's early-ish in our season. So we'll see. And as long as there aren't tornadoes tomorrow or this next week, we'll be back. And we'll be talking and enjoying and living our best lives. Thanks, everyone. Bye.